Greetings, fellow guests of Hotel Galactic. Rodamont here. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of a new series covering Hotel Galactic. If you would like to skip the game's overview, please use YouTube chapters. Hotel Galactic is a cozy hotel management game with a rich, heartfelt story about a ghost, his hotel and regrets, and how he aims to redeem himself. You become the manager of a hotel and are given the charge to rehabilitate the dilapidated and filthy hotel into a spiritual tourist destination. Let's jump right into it, into our cutscene. I'll be doing the story mode rather than sandbox. And I'm going to pick a Darret as my icon. And we're going to be jumping right into a cutscene here in a second.
宇宙の静けさの中、星々を越えて広がる沈黙の先で、命は古の炎により灯された。1億年に一度、忘れられた星座の吐息から、一人のさすらいし、精霊が生まれる。人々はその存在を星の巡礼者と呼ぶ。
Sobretudo, Bonare. Oh, quanto chega. Te cantare aqui não. Sobe entrava quando tava der.
Oh, batata valolo.
Oh, io ci pendere ne cadero. So che punta. Mantanno.
No. Palonga tato. Oh, patata, da cal.
Oh, tu deve vedere. E ti come cantata da fare.
Oh,
no, che siete conditi prate. So che t'entreti tu mono.
Huh? What in the depths? That glow! I've never seen it mean anything good. Gustav, you must always greet spirit strangers like they carry a curse? Where is your sense of etiquette? Not often do we get visitors on this island, let alone ones infamous for prying and plotting. Gustav, you don't think they're a pilgrim, of course. It's been a long time since I've seen one in the flesh, or well, the spirit. So then, what do you want? I felt the need to help. Maybe this place could use a little care. Noble words. We shall see how long that shine lasts. Listen, pilgrims that size don't just wander in for tea. Could be useful if they don't burn the place down first. As the old Derrit proverb set goes, when the night is dark, await spirits spark. Fine, if we're gonna host them, the mess is yours to manage. Splendid! Welcome to Imoshima Island, dear pilgrim. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tukyuk, and I have the pleasure of serving as the waiter and housekeeper here at Hotel Galactic. And I'm Maklo. I'm the chef. Succinct and precise as always. Moving on, that unpleasant and slightly defensive ghost over here is Gustav, the owner of this establishment. Please, do not let him intimidate you. His heart is where it counts. Does he even have one? Wouldn't bet the stove on it. Clears throat. And finally, this young man to my side is my son, Sparn. He may just be taking his first steps on what promises to be a storied path, but he is a true marvel of many hats and... Sparn? Sparn, where are you? Alright, WSD is camera movement. Mouse wheel is zoom in and out. And now we talk to Tukyuk. Oh my! Amidst all the ruckus, I forgot about Sparn. Sparn, where are you? Do you hear that? That's him screaming. Sparn, it's dangerous there. Stay put. We'll bring you a rope. It's too far. Right. Try to raise your child properly. And yet, this boy still finds new ways to terrify me. Oh, Gustav. Can you teleport him and bring him back? I could reach him, but I can't bring him with me. Wait, but the spirit can. Of course, that's it. Dear Pilgrim, I must ask for your aid. Please bring my son back to safety. And be careful, he means the world to me. Hold down left mouse button on the worker and drag them to the desired location and release them to drop them. You can use this feature to override what a given worker is currently doing. Like crying on a broken harbor. Well, hi, Sparn. And you're free. Talk to Gustav. Well, look at you. It seems you might be of some actual use around here. Since you're already meddling, and the others seem oddly charmed, what do you say? Care to stick around a little longer to see where this leads? Yes. Splendid. Let's start with the lobby. It's an estate that would make anyone weep. As it stands, we won't be hosting anyone. Not unless we pivot to a haunted island tours. So what do you say? Clean up rubble in the lobby. So cobwebs and rubble. And what this is doing is it's queuing the employees of the hotel to do the work. I am just merely directing them, of course. Additionally, if you click on a specific task, you prioritize it higher against the other ones. So having prioritized this rubble and, like, let's say this cobweb, it becomes the next queued ones over all the others in the room. On top of that, as you can see, the employees are getting experience. This experience relates to the tasks they are doing, which happens to be housekeeping. So as they are cleaning up the rubble and the cobwebs, they are leveling up in their housekeeping stat. And there is construction, cooking, gathering, housekeeping, mining, nurturing, which is like plant care, research, and service. Look at that, much better, without the cobwebs and grime. Looks almost presentable. almost. I tried getting everyone on the same page before, but of course, each one has got their own grand vision. Tukyuk started quoting old Derek proverbs, Makla rolled his eyes into the dusty pots, and Sparn just yelled louder. Very productive. So I thought, we should try something different. You. So tell me, what should this place say the moment someone steps inside? Can't go wrong with the classic, let's create a cozy and welcoming space for all. A warm heart and an open door. The classic red it is. That's right, let's proceed. Excellent. Now then, let us see you apply those spirit hands to what is left broken. Repair the reception desk. So in this case, we need 3 wooden logs and 3 twigs, which are over in these storage boxes. They're grabbing them, delivering them, and then the task can be completed. I think they are both repairing it. Yeah, because it can be up to 2 people. Or, people is a generous term. With every piece in its place, the hotel's soul can breathe once more. And it begins here. Talk to Sparn. How many times have I told you not to play near the harbor? Something terrible could happen today. Pops, relax. I'm not 5 anymore. I wasn't playing, I was scouting. If your mother was here, she would have marched you home by the ear. Well, she's not here, is she? Seriously, I'm fine. Just let me be for once. Oh, hey there, Spirit. Thanks for that. I really thought I was going to turn blue like Gustav for a second. I'm Sparn, second in command around here. Haha, but maybe don't shout that out too loud. You know how it is. Anyway, our ghostly manager wants us to build a new guest room. You know, to actually host guests. I'm cool with it, thanks for asking. The only problem is we're pretty much out of supplies for construction. Luckily, the backyard's packed with resources just waiting to be gathered. Same drill as repairs, simply point out which trees and rocks you want gone, and we'll handle the rest. Lucky for you, we've still got old tools lying around, but they remember the times when this place wasn't so empty and gloomy. Some actions require specific tools, while others can be performed more efficiently with the right gear. Each worker can be equipped with backpacks, tools, outfits, or even hats. So if you right-click on, let's say, Sparn, you can see that Sparn has a uniform. Sparn has empty hand tool slots and backpack and hat slots. So in this case, what I'm going to do is have Sparn, the youngin, equip the makeshift axe. Nope, that was Tukyuk. Let me try that again. Equip item, Sparn. And then let's go with the chef having the sickle. There's some justice in that, I think. And then the axe goes to Tukyuk. Now, of course, they can have multiple tools, but in this case, I'd rather have each one have a different tool, so they all, rather than one person have all the same tools. And we'll make more tools later on, of course. All right, here's the trees. These are peach trees. They can be gathered for fruit. All of the trees can fruit, but not all the trees currently have fruit on them. With that said, I'm going to cut down the trees that are farther from the hotel, because once we gather fruit, The fruit will be, once we gather it, scattered around the tree and have to be hauled back to the hotel. So it's smarter to cut down the trees farther away. It will make it inconvenient to do initial construction, but later on, oops, that one has peaches. Later on, once you're trying to collect a whole bunch of fruit, it would be a lot more convenient that way. So I'm just queuing up some of the trees back here that haven't yet fruited to be cut down. Additionally, we're going to get some stone ore and then stargrass. Stargrass is for like fiber. Supplies like wood, stone, and minerals can be found around the island. Use the action wheel to gather. And it's important to note you don't really need to gather more than you need. Like doesn't really benefit you to hoard resources because it will just tie up your workers. So you really only want to gather what you need for the task. But I did queue up more trees to be cut down than stone ore and stargrass to be harvested. Because initially you need a lot of wood for building. And then they will grab the resources and haul it back to these crew storage boxes, which are in this supply room. All right, Sparn wants to talk. Sweet. We'll keep hauling all that stuff back to the storage room. While we're at it, you can always start planning what we'll use it for. Like I said, Gustav wants a shiny new guest room. We've got this special construction platform thing you can use to sketch things out. Loads of rooms and amenities we'll get to build later. But for now, here's a blueprint to get us started. So when you unlock new blueprints, they'll show up in this form where then you can click on them to learn them. I'm going to prioritize them so they're learned soon. And Sparn has something else to say. Ah, you do seem pretty eager to help around here. Not that I'm complaining. So I was thinking, maybe I can give you a little side mission while we fix up the place. You know, keep you from dozing off while doing your mysterious floating thing. Kind of elegant in a way. My pops used to collect these weird little bugs. Say they shone like tiny fallen stars or something. I thought it'd be neat to surprise him with a full set. But yeah, some parts of the island are off limits for me. Grown-ups, am I right? But you seem different. I mean, you have to, being all spirity and stuff. So, would you help me finish the collection? That'd be kind of amazing. So, collect glimmer bugs. So this is what glimmer bugs look like. And those are 2 of 12. And we'll just collect the ones we find. Hold left mouse button and drag the grid to define the room size. Release the button to confirm. Areas marked in red indicate that you cannot build there. So we want to enter construction mode. And we're going to be building a guest room. And I want to build the guest room here. And in the build mode, there's a lot of locked buildings, as you can see. We don't have access to a lot of the buildings yet. That's unlocked via research and story. But a guest room is a standard room used to accommodate hotel guests. And it has a base cost of 1 wood, 1 stone, and then more wooded stone per tile. So while they are working on building that, I will collect bugs. Can't hide from me. I'm going to get you. Get over here. Ha! Alright, we got about half of them so far. We're missing 3. 1, 2, so we're just missing 1 more bug. And this is where I rely on you, chat, to help me spot the final little ladybug lightning bug hybrid thing. If we can't find it immediately, I can just return to this task later. There's no urgency for these side quests. They do have rewards, of course, but like they could be done. Oh, yeah, there it is. Done. What is the effect of increasing a room size beyond the standard size? Space for stuff. You're truly a blessing, my friend. Oh, can I call you that? A friend? Ah, thank you. And thank you for finishing the collection. I'll get it all wrapped up. Pops might even shed a tear or two. He does that sometimes. Heart's all gooey, and he acts like nobody's noticed. That was awesome. Top-tier teamwork. My Pops was thrilled. Well, maybe not as thrilled as I had hoped. See, I kind of mentioned the whole off-limits part of the island. Thought he'd be impressed. Turns out, not so much. I really thought he'd let it slide this time, let me explore the whole island, but nope, still hard no. So maybe you can do what I can. Solve the mystery of the Melody Stones. They're way out in the far end of the island. I bet Gustav knows something. He always does. Alright, nearly forgot. Found this old laundry room a while ago. Take it as a thank you token. Or however you say that. Pretty neat, huh? I bet you thought we'd be hauling planks one stick at a time. Please, my friend, we're not amateurs. So this is a sack, and I'm going to give it to Sparn. So if I click on it, hit equip, go to Sparn, I can have him wear it, and that will increase his storage capacity. And if I want to reset his current task, I can just like pick him up, drop him off, and then he'll do that thing next. Speaking of which, I might as well just clean up some of this rubble and cobwebs. I forget whether the story tells me to do that or not, but I'm going to do it anyway, because it's distracting at the very least. And then Gustav wants to talk. Ah, the Melody Stones. Older than the hotel, by a long shot. I assume Sparn's been pestering you about them, too. He used to tinker with them for hours, drove Takyuk halfway to madness, forbade the poor chap from even sniffing this way again. Some say if you strike the right notes, you'll awaken an ancient spell. Others say it's a curse just waiting for a fool to play the tune. So then, feels like tempting fate. And we got to figure out the right order. I'll come back to that in a minute. How's the guest room going? Oh, they're almost done. Wonderful. Alright, there's more rubble and cobwebs that I had missed. You don't necessarily want your employees to be idle at any point. So I'm just trying to queue up a lot of things for them to do so they don't just stand around, so that we remain productive. Oh, there we go. Alright, this is a skill book that increases research. So I click on the workers tab on the top left. No, pause the game first. We can see what they're capable of. Their priorities. There are no passions, and what they're currently working on. So for instance, Makalo, being the chef, should have high cooking. Sparn, you are going to be our researcher. You have a research of 1, the others have a research of 0, so... And I'm just going to simply tell everyone else to skip the tasks that they're specifically good at. And then Takyuk, I'm going to have you be high service. Once we have the hotel open, it's very important to have, prompt service, as one might imagine. And if this is a skill book, that means Sparn should learn it. I mean, he was the one interested in the in it in the first place. So let's help Sparn get that. By dropping him over here so he doesn't have to do the walking himself. Then I'll read the book and raise his research ability. Black Crystal Opal, Terminal, and Bordrake, thank you for the gifted sub and resubs, and Glitch for the cheer. And Dom for the resub too. Omri, I missed a lot, so sorry about that. Well, Sparn's still working on the book. If you want to fast travel, like pan camera, you can click the buttons at the top. So if I click like the harbor button, I zoom to the harbor. If I click the hotel, I zoom to the core of the hotel. If I click here, I zoom to Gustav's grave. That's where Gustav was buried. Alright, Sparn. I'm going to drop Sparn off in the middle of all these cut trees, because I think Sparn is hauling them back. And as you can see, because of the backpack, or sack that I gave Sparn, Sparn's able to haul more stuff. Alright, Tukyuk, what's going on? Now that our guests have a place to lay their heads, it's time we turn our efforts to restoring their harbor. And let me thank you once more for saving my son from its ruins. I could not bear the thought of losing him. That place is no longer a port, it's a trap. An old Derek proverb says, save a man from the harbor and you help him for a day. Repair the harbor and you help him for a lifetime. But in its prime, this dock welcomed all walks of life. Common folk, daring adventurers, even noble escapists. All drawn here by whispers of wonder. And of course, beyond the guests, the harbor is our lifeline for trade. Makla's been dreaming of fresh produce delivery for days now. He may grumble like a rusted anchor, but no one stirs a pot better than Makla. The sooner we see him cooking again, the better. Now come, let's get to work. And the harbor requires stone and wood to be repaired. And I'm going to prioritize that against the hotel cleanup. And this is room number 1. As you can see, it has a little number 1 tab over it, and this is a guest room that we had built. Oh, Sparn just leveled up his housekeeping. Doing all that cleaning, of course. So Sparn has already managed to deliver all the materials and is, as you can see, getting the thing repaired. And Maklo and Tukyuk are sweeping up to try to make everything else look a little bit more presentable. Wait for the ship on the horizon. So at this point, they are going to be putting away stuff into the crude storages and just like tidying up the remaining debris and the like. Talk to Silver. Well now, Demise to save me? Is that Imoshima Island truly stirring back to life? Been dead, quiet, for too long. Place deserves better. And would you look at that? A pilgrim, no less, came to greet us. My, how things have changed. So the rumors were true. You're reopening. Splendid. In honor of our old arrangement, Silver and Knuckles Co., we would be delighted to offer you a welcome gift. Not junk, if that's what you're thinking. This one's solid. Our humble enterprise used to serve this fine establishment here before it was closed, as they put it. But holding grudges with anyone is bad business. Ah, look, over here. A little something to mark your fresh start. Clean slate, clean tools. You'll find an almost new crafting station packed up in this crate. Solid wood, fresh coat, smells divine. Though I suppose you can't smell it. Pity. Then perhaps just this once, for you, a hefty discount. I'd act swiftly. Access the action wheel of the crate to purchase it from the merchant. It will automatically be delivered to the docking area. You can queue multiple purchases without waiting for Knuckles to finish working. So if we zoom in, we can buy the crafting station, a crate of willow grapes, and a crate of cloth and light bulbs. And this is at 50% discount and 84% discount. So, you know, pretty good. Pretty good deal. Find a suitable spot in the hotel to place the object. Use Q&E to rotate it for proper alignment. Press left mouse button to confirm the placement. Afterwards, watch your workers carry out the orders. So, the crate of stuff, I'm going to unpack in our storage room. The crate of provisions, I'm going to unpack in the kitchen. And then the crate for crafting station, I will unpack back here for now. Actually, I'm going to undo that. I'm moving our tool storage outside, and then I'll put the crafting station inside once the tool station is moved. Perfect. So, here's the ingredient, no? Where'd they put the ingredient crate? Oh, yeah, it got put away. And the crafting machine is coming in now, too. So, Silver and Knuckles, am I right? Gustav isn't their biggest fan. Says every gift from them comes with a price. Me, though? Just a bit jealous, I suppose. Wouldn't you be? I mean, they get to zip around wherever they want, visit all these incredible places. That's the dream, right? Once I tried to sneak onto the ship just like theirs, thought I'd see the galaxy, thought I was being clever. I was not. I got caught pretty much instantly. Dad gave me such a talking to. I still wince just thinking about it. Not saying he was wrong, but ever since the one thing, he started coddling me so much. Like I'm a little soft paw. I mean, we did rescue your life, but whatever. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's focus on the job. This station looks awesome. We can craft all kinds of cool stuff with it. Go ahead, poke around, take your time, figure out how it works, and when you're ready, let us know what to build. I'll be right here, ready to get my paws dirty. Let's make something amazing. So, we unlock the blueprint for guest bed, a simple chair, and an aura loop rug, and it wants us to make one of each. Select the item you want to craft from the list and hold the craft button to add it to the queue. Make sure you have enough raw materials in stock or workers won't finish crafting. So bed, chair, rug. In this case, if you run out of materials, like let's say we didn't have enough materials for the bed, we would not skip it to go to the chair. It would just freeze. So keep that in mind when you're queuing things up. So for instance, if a project requires like wood and planks, but you don't have the planks yet, make the planks first before you commence the project, because otherwise it will freeze and hang up. There's also like room access up here, like who can use it, and other filters, and then text searches, because there's a lot of stuff that you can make, so it makes it easier to sort through it all. All right, they're still tidying up some of the tree cuts that we did. But then we'll put them to work in the crafting station. And you gather all the required materials first. And I put the crafting station here because it's right next to the boxes where we store all the stuff, so it's just like convenient. And here's Tuck Yuck working on some of the first items that we wanted to craft. The other things in the list is a toilet and a sink, which we'll get to later on. Now, while we do that crafting, I want to keep collecting resources. Once the things are made, it pops up as a crate here, and then you can unpack it in the room. And of course, this is its own XP as well. Like, everything levels you up to some degree. Alright, Sparn, you look idle. Let's go with another tree cut. And then more stargrass harvest. Tech Viper, thank you for the resub. Alright, so here's a chair. We'll stick it here. And Sparn. Oh, he's back up. Perfect. So here's the last item getting delivered to our first hotel room. Talk to Gustav. I see we're making solid progress on all fronts. Hotel Galactic needs fresh energy if it's to come back to life. We've got a ways to go, no denying that. But compared to how it began, back then we had no fancy tools, no blueprints, just a bit of grit and a whole lot of heart. One thing I've learned all these years, every guest is different, and no two visits are ever the same. You never know who you'll meet once the night sets in. So tell me, what do you think matters most in a guest's stay? Is it the warmth of the people, the thrill of attractions, or the joy of indulging in life's simpler pleasures? I think it's the feeling of truly being looked after. A fine answer. Good service is like the invisible thread holding everything together. Guests might not always see it, but they feel it. You're sharp for a spirit, no matter how you see it. There is no right or wrong answer, just what works for our guests. There's something I picked up long ago, back in the golden age of Hotel Galactic. We never got around to using it until now, perhaps. It's a blueprint. You've shown us promise. Let's see what else you've got once we up the stakes. This place was never just about soft pillows. Folks came here to eat, to gather. Most guests won't dine alone in their rooms. We need a proper dining hall for that. Go back to the construction platform and design a new dining room. Nothing too grand for now, just something to get us started. So here is a blueprint. to learn how to make a dining room, and I'll prioritize that so we can learn it. And when you learn things, it's not like per employee basis, it's like an unlock for the player, if that wasn't made obvious already. So in this case, like if I want Sparn to go learn it, I can just drop Sparn over, buy it, and he'll learn it. And he'll stick it to the construction platform, and we're done. So we want to design a new dining room. Before we do that, I'm going to move this tool rack a little bit farther out so it doesn't block the way. And Sparn, can I have you go do that? Thank you. So from a design ethos, the way I'm going to design it is most of the high traffic areas will be on the ground floor, and then guest rooms and other things will be above. So dining room can be up to 5 wide, and we'll put it right there. And this will be prioritized. If you click on hotel up here, you can see the resources that the hotel has. And I'm almost certainly going to need more wood. I have enough wood to build the dining room, but probably nothing inside the dining room, like no furniture and the like. So prioritizing the cut trees back here is going to be important. What would you use the base underground for? Wait and see. Alright, Takyok is building the dining room. Gens, thank you for the resub. Cheers. So I think the priority here will be chopping wood, as we are going to run out pretty soon. So I'm going to actually cancel the harvest of the stargrass. It's not all that important. All these new touches around the hotel really bring the place back to life. Feels like a breath of fresh air. It would seem we have finished the core rooms. The very bones of the hotel are back in place. Which means we can turn our attention to Dear Maklo and see his kitchen restored. Believe me, you wouldn't want him stewing in silence with nothing to saute. We will need to repair all the worn out equipment before he can even think of pre-cooling the proverbial Kroven. I don't know that word. Hazard, my son is itching to get back to the crafting station you had put. Please, just make sure he does not hurt himself. Now, if you be so kind, the two of you might work on some new furnishings for our dining room. It needs to be ready before the first guests arrive. So we need an elegant table set and a waiter platform, and to repair broken furniture in the kitchen. So let's repair the furniture. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we'll tidy it up as well, because it's pretty awful. So far, as you may have noticed, this is like a staff room, and this is a kitchen, and we'll get to the other rooms later on. Just gotta wait. Joker, thank you for the gifted subs. And then this was a Dustbuster statue blueprint to be able to make a statue. Thank you for tuning in to Hotel Galactic, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. But please keep in mind, I've asked for no spoilers or backseating. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow spacefarers.